After 7 seasons at Sutton United, building one of the greatest clubs in Europe, Fabio has made the choice to move on. He leaves the club in a great position for the future, but feels it's time for a new challenge. The 7-year rebuild at Sutton saw many young talents come through the club, but ultimately, some of those were sold off by the board. Fabio stated that some of these players never really got their time to shine, and he hopes to bring some of them back under his guidance to challenge the new powerhouse in Sutton United. Just down the road in South London, Crystal Palace have finally freshly promoted back into the Premier League. Looking to cement themselves back in the top flight and build for the future, it is understood that they have approached Fabio to take the helm. The board stated that if the results come in the first season, then considerable funds will be allocated to the transfer window and will allow Fabio to build a dynasty here at Palace. So the scene is set. Fabio, Crystal Palace. Let the rebuild begin. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our Rejected Regen Rebuild series here with Crystal Palace. Now if you haven't been following along since the start of FC24, this is a continuation of our Youth Edition save. So we're starting here effectively in season number 8, but it is our first season with Crystal Palace. Now how this series works is basically we've built an absolute dynasty at Sutton United. We're going to try and chase them down, sign some of our former players that got sent off into the world. They'll come back, join us here at Palace, and we'll see if we can get the best of Sutton United. Fabio has a big task in hand. We don't have unlimited funds as we have done in previous series of this. So I think we've only got about 70 odd million to start with. But of course, we're going to sell all of the players currently in the squad list, try and generate some of that money and bring back some of those fan favorites that did move on in the previous save. So we've got a lot to take care of. It's going to be a big transfer window. Let's jump into it with Crystal Palace. Quick look at the objectives for Fabio, his first season here at Palace. Now, of course, if we do well and we finish in a pretty good position, the board is going to open up some funds and maybe we can look to chase down some of those big players that we really want to bring here to Palace. But currently, youth development is low, brand exposure, medium priority. They want some clean sheets and they want us to sign a crucial player in the midfield or the forward position. Hopefully, we can achieve that. We are in the Europa League, which is interesting. Crystal Palace actually won the FA Cup from the Championship. They're freshly promoted up to the Premier League. But we've got European football this season, so we're going to have to get this squad up and running pretty quickly. Domestically, we want a mid-table finish, quarterfinals of the FA Cup, and we've got some critical objectives here. 170 million in shirt sales and reduce the player wages by £64,000. I don't know if we're going to achieve that, so we're going to have to get the board pretty much on our side pretty quickly. So let's jump into it. We've got players to sign, players to offload. We need to build a strong squad here at Crystal Palace. I have read through most of the comments from the series finale of the Youth Edition. We're going to come up with a different formation here. We're going to use a 4-1-2-1-2 narrow formation, something a little bit different. So we do need to get in here, sell off these players, and bring some of those superstars that we did send on their way. There is quite a big squad here, so we should be able to generate enough money for at least the first 11 and maybe a few bench players here early on, and we will be using the Youth Academy as well. Speaking of the Youth Academy, we've got 3 scouts with us from Wolfsburg's series last year. Kovalenko, Kevin Robinson, and Cohen Thomas have joined us. I've sent them off to France, England, and Slovenia looking for any players. Now, if you want to get involved, you can leave a comment down below on countries that you would like to see us scout. We will look to try and fill some of the spots that maybe we really need. And all you have to do is put a comment, country that you want to go to, thumbs up on the ones you like. We'll head off to those in a future episode. Good luck. Now, taking a look at the calendar, we won the League Cup with Sutton and Crystal Palace won the FA Cup. So the Community Shield is when we get our first look at taking on Sutton. So that basically means we've got, 6 odd weeks to try and put a squad together to take on Sutton United. Now, I have put a transfer ban on them, which means they can't buy any players, but there is no way to stop them from selling. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. We've put all the Sutton players on our transfer list as well. If they do come up, we'll see if we can swoop in and make some blocks, but I'm kind of hoping that they try and keep most of that squad together. Just something we'll have to keep an eye on. But a big game. The 10th of August is the first fixture to take a look at. I went through all the comments on the series finale, and you guys put in some of, the players that you wanted to see restored here under Fabio's guidance. I tallied all those up. The number one goalkeeper that predominantly most people wanted was Riley McLean. He had a big effort at Sutton. We probably didn't see the best of him. I think he won a Golden Glove for us in like League One, maybe the Championship. Can't fully remember, but this was the man that we want between the sticks. So yeah, let's see if we can get McLean across. It's going to cost us a fair amount of our 70 million. We'll see if we can use some of our current players just to do some swap deals and bring down that money. But let's see if we can get Riley McLean across to Crystal Palace. First man through the door is Riley McLean, 84 rated goalkeeper. Should serve us pretty well here in the first season at least. Cross-claimer and far reach. Now, let's get working. We need to get some players sold. We need to generate funds. There's some big players that you guys requested to bring back, and we're going to need a considerable war chest if we want to try and bring them all here to Crystal Palace. Right, so this is something that I was a little bit worried about. Players getting sold from Sutton. FC Cologne have gone in for Jorgensen. I know he's their backup centre-back, 52.9 million. I'm not sure we can do something here to stop this going through, but yeah, I wouldn't want them to really sell off all of their players. We left them with a pretty small squad, so I'm hoping that if they do offload a couple, they'll still be fairly strong. But that's rough. We're only 6 days in, and they're already trying to sell off players. Right, there is interest in Bryce Bawanga. Now, he was one of the players that was on the list to try and sign. I don't know if we've got enough money, but it would be a handy addition to our strike force. 34.9 million has been offered by Frankfurt. So let's see if we can swoop in and get Bawanga to Crystal Palace. We get our man Bawanga. Costs us a fair bit of cheddar, to be fair, but left-footed, 5'9" from Gabon. We know what he can kind of do. We probably didn't see the best of him. Press proven and acrobatic. The press proven will definitely help us out. I think we're going to play Gangan press style in this as well and just really throw it into the wind. Nathan Ferguson sold to Bristol City for 2.1 million. That'll be added to our transfer budget. The right back, as chosen by the viewers to try and go and get back here under Fabio's guidance, is Joe Amanaglo from Togo, 19 years of age, 76 rated, currently at Middlesbrough. 15.2 million. Yeah, I'm sure we can afford that. Let's see if we can get him across the line. Joanna Amagnaglo. Jeez, that doesn't roll off the tongue, does it? 76 rated. He comes across for 9 million, and we sent Gaia the other way as well. High work rates, 5'11". No current play styles, but they can grow those over time, so we'll see how that works out. Let's keep building this Crystal Palace squad. We've got a big game to get ready for. Joe Whitworth is sold. He's gone for 1.6. It's only chump change. We need to get rid of some of these star players and really generate some funds. One player that did have a lot of interest from you guys at home, I think there was at least 6 votes to bring Chung Song Can to the team. 17 years old, 74 rated from Cambodia. Looks pretty solid option that we can really grow around. Whipped pass, trickster, and acrobatic. And around 15 million, we should be able to pull him across. Let's get this job done. Chung Song Can makes his way to Palace, 74 rated, slips into our midfield. Medium work rates here at the moment from Cambodia, of course. And yeah, something to build here. Hopefully we can get a nice solid diamond formation going in there. We're going to need a strong central defensive midfielder, that's for sure. There's interest in Romelinton Tolentino. Now, he is also one on our list. 33.7 million for the centre-back. Sevilla have made an approach. We're going to have to swoop in and see if we can pick him up. Right, Romelinton Tolentino from Cape Verde, centre-back, 6'4". He's got a bit of pace about him, which is definitely handy as a centre-back. He's also got anticipate. It's going to cost us a fair chunk of cheddar. I don't even know if we've got enough money for this, but we'll have a crack. Romelinton Tolentino joins us here, 79 rated, of course. High defensive work rate. So we've picked up a few players. We're just about out of cash. We really need to make some sales. Molinovsky sold, 510 grand. That's going to help us? Not really. Right, there's interest in Sven Jensen Molinar. Now, he was our first choice left back, 29.6 million. I'm going to have to get pretty tricky here because we've got no money. Maybe we can just do a straight swap deal. It's going to be tough. I'll see if I can get it done. Right, we do a straight swap for Cambiaso, I believe. He was 82, old. Molinar's 81, young. 22 years of age, Dutch, 6'1". He's got slide tackle. And let's hope he can do a job there. So just one more in the back line that needs replacing. But we do need funds. Right, we don't have any money, but I've got players that we can try and swap. There was a lot of calls for Shane Wilson to return. Okay, probably be the captain with his experience, but always a solid player. Let's see if we can get him across here to Palace. Right, we couldn't get the job done for Wilson yet, unfortunately, but we're into pre-season. So let's see how, we've still got a few players to get through, but pre-season money could be handy. So come on, boys. And we do get a 2-1 win. Molyneux with a goal. Jack Wells Morrison sold to Middlesbrough for 3.1 million. And our second pre-season fixture here against Rome. It's a 1-1 draw. Bowanga on the board. Semen Shevchuk has been sold to Inter Milan for 30 million. Now we might be able to buy a player. Right, we get our man JJ Bronson, highly requested. I got a straight swap. They wanted 160 odd million for him, but I managed to send our 88 rated Cam, whoever he was, in a straight deal. He was only valued at 100. They were happy to take that, so that hasn't cost us any money particularly. And we've got our strike force in Bowanga and Bronson. So we just need a Cam, another centre midfielder, a central defensive midfielder, and a centre-back just to round this starting lineup out, and then we can start building the bench. We finally get our deal done for Shane Wilson, 79 rated central defensive midfielder. I anticipate quick step, first touch. He will be a key man there in the midfield, you'd feel. So we need a Cam, and we need a centre midfielder, and we need a centre-back with not a lot of money. I mean, surely we can sell off these players. We just need the right offers to come in. Right, here we go, making some money now. Suzuki goes to Ajax for 8.5, and Kasunu goes to Lazio, 49.8 million. We're going to be able to buy a centre-back with that kind of cash. Right, the next centre-back on the list is Dakari Shumba, the Zimbabwean. We know what he's about. He's a big boy. 22 years of age, got some good play styles, 6'4" as well. What's it going to cost us? A fair bit of cash, but we got the sale of 50 odd million. So this is a bargain if you ask me, if we can get the job done. We get our man Shumba, only 28 million. That's an absolute steal. So the back line sorted. So we just need to replace Vernaj and Miramon here in that cam position, and then we can work on the bench. We've got a little bit of money to play with, so I'll consult the list and see who else we can bring over. This is a massive transfer window. We are flipping this squad. Xavier Navas sold to Leicester City, 29.3 million into the kitty. That'll help. All right, next man to try and secure here is Kwame Mponsa, the Ghanaian central attacking midfielder. Currently at Villarreal, upwards of 44 million. Can we get it done? We get our man Mponsa, only 36 million, so pretty good deal there. Left-footed, explosive, high attacking work rate. The Ghanaians should be able to do some real quality work in that cam position. We just need a centre midfielder to complete this 11. Well, we are still trying to generate some funds. The final pre-season fixture here against Lazio. And it's a 2-2 draw. Right, we do sell Restus, the goalkeeper. He's gone to West Ham. So McLean's come here. He's gone to West Ham. 93.6 million. Let's buy our squad. And Kofi Barma has been sold. 520 grand. Right then, we've only got a few days left before this Community Shield fixture. We do need another midfielder. And unfortunately, really, the only option is Giovanni Mariotti, 67 rated. Now, I just want to kind of get a centre midfielder in, and then we can look at other players that might be able to play that position. But I just want to get this first 11 finalised. It's only going to cost us a couple of mil. We've got about 100 mil in the bank now to try and fill out the bench. So let's just get Mariotti across. He should have a decent amount of growth, hopefully. Anticipate technical incisive pass. Sweet. Right, the deal fell through. We couldn't even get the job done there. Maybe we'll have a crack here at Raul Rubio. He can possibly play centre midfield. Wilson could probably move into the midfield and play him at central defensive midfield. Just gives us some depth regardless. He's got flair and relentless. 14 odd million. Yeah, that's probably worth it. Right, we get Raul Rubio. Only 11 million, so that's a pretty solid deal for the Mexican. 6'3", and can definitely come off the bench and play a role for us. Can't slip into that midfield though. He loses 9 rating, so we'll have to find something else to fit in that position. Right, we're not really looking for wingers, but in the case that we do need to change formation and we do need some wingers, it'd be handy to have some that can play those positions. Now, I was having a quick look here at Sterling Brown. Now, he was requested as a player to come across here to Palace, but we weren't using wingers, so I wasn't really going to sign any. But he does have centre mid and right mid in his player portfolio. And he's got some half-decent defending, so it probably wouldn't take too much to convert him across. And it might be handy to have some pace in the midfield. 5'6". Let's see if we can get Sterling Brown across to Crystal Palace. We do get our man, Sterling Brown, 77 rated. Only goes down 3 playing in the midfield. And I think we do look to convert him across. The Jamaican should provide us some pace and some attack. And that should be the first 11 done. Now we'll look to fill out the bench. Next man through the door, Frank Allen. Welcome back. It was highly requested to bring back Frank the Tank. He's, 25, so some mature head around the squad. 6'7" from England, of course. Bruiser, power, header, block, intercept, relentless. He's a very good addition, and if Shumba or Tolentino don't lift their weight, well, we've got someone waiting in the wings. So building on that squad depth now. Samuel Fink has been sold to Man City, 48.9 million. So we should have enough in the kitty now to really fill out this bench. There's still a handful of players still sitting here that we need to offload, but we're starting to get through it. Next man through the door at Palace, it's Dat Phong, the Vietnamese striker, 71 rated, 20 years of age. He's got power shot, and it only cost us 4 million for a bit more squad depth. We're playing 2 strikers up top now. If one of those gets injured, we're in trouble. We probably do need another striker or 2, but I'm looking at youngsters. I don't want to go and sign 80-odd rated players if they're out there, which really in the midfield they're not. I'd rather persist with, the first 11 that you guys suggested, but we definitely need a lot of bench cover and probably some reserves as well. We do have Europa competition to deal with, so we are going to need a lot of players, especially if we're playing press. Next man through the door, only 67 rated, and I wanted to bring some more Englishmen into this squad. We are playing in the Premier League, of course. So Benjamin Barnett, 3 million from Blackpool. He's only 18. We'll turn him into a striker. He's got incisive pass, Travella, and press proven. So, well, maybe he could be a midfielder. I'll have to take a look at his stats a little bit closer. Next player through the door, we splash a bit of cash here, 17.5 odd million for Adil. The Moroccan left back can play centre back, can play right back. Only 18, looks pretty solid with whip pass and long throw, but definitely building out a bench now here for Crystal Palace. We've got a bit of money available. We probably need a backup goalkeeper, another right back, definitely some more midfielders, and we've still got a lot of players to offload by the looks of things, so we should be able to get this done by the time the transfer window shuts. I don't think we'll get it all done before the first game against Sutton in the Community Shield, though. I would like to fill this bench before that game, though. We get ourselves the backup goalkeeper in Joel Fraga, 72 rated. He's a young lad, 19 years of age, 6'5" from Timor. Could develop into something. At least we've got a backup if McLean gets injured for now. Next player through the door is Thapper, 78 rated. We pulled him off from Bournemouth, the man from Bhutan, 6'3", a central attacking midfielder. Got some good agility. We could probably play in midfield as well. So no play styles as yet, but yeah, we're filling this bench out nicely. Another signing, another day. It's Saldana. We get him from Man City, 14 million. Probably overpaid a little bit, but it gives us 2 backup centre backs, so we can start building a reserves team for cup competitions and the likes. He's from Panama, 6'4". He's got block and aerial play styles. Bruno Fernandes has been sold. He's gone to Chelsea, 35 years old, and we still get 24.8 million for him. So cashing in there nicely. Luke Plange has been sold. Real Salt Lake came in, 1.6 million. We're kind of not needing the big dollars unless we want to go after like a Calla Warren, 91 rated left back, but he's like nearly 200 million. So that might be season 2 if we get there. We just got to fill out this squad and make sure we've got enough depth to be competitive. So 1.6, I guess that helps. Right, it's probably time to get into some gameplay. We have got the Community Shield. We are taking on Sutton, so our first crack to see where we're at. Okay. Dufresne still has that injury. Stojanovic on the bench. They're playing Ferdinand and Jakobsen at right back. Labuschagne, Hardy, Kadlitz. Okay. Kadlitz at central defensive midfield. So maybe they're underestimating us a little bit here. Molotov, the captain. Coleman up top is always going to be a menace. They're using the 4-3-3 holding with the counter-attack still. So, okay, they've kept their philosophies intact. Right then, here we go. Wembley, our first chance at silverware here at Palace. Bawanga and Bronson up top, and Ponce in the cam position. Sonkan and Brown in the centre mid with Wilson CDM. We've got Molina, Tolentino, Shumba, and Amanaglo. McLean between the sticks. Can we get off to a flying start? We'll have to wait and see. This is going to be a tough ask, but we'll have a crack. Let's do this. the Community Shield. Right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Palace and Sutton, our first taste. We're taking on our former side. And we've got new kits here for Palace as well, so we'll see how this all pans out. Brown just gives it straight to Ferdinand. Lays it out here. Finds Amanaglo into Sterling Brown. Lays it back, and Ponsa. Good save from Swan. There's Jake Hardy. Have to worry about the long shots. Oh, they found Coleman. Into the box, laid back, and McLean with the save. It was a clean save. Oh, Jake Hardy with the space, finds Coleman, and there is the opening goal. Coleman makes it 1-0. We know he's going to be a handful. And it's 1-0 to Sutton United. The start we're looking for. I guess we've held on for 25 odd minutes, but just a taste of things to come. Big finish from the fridge. He's beaten McLean. Lovely ball from Jake Hardy. And it's 1-0 Sutton. Shumba and Ponsa. Finds JJ Bronson. Oh, off target. Amanaglo, Brown, Wilson. Amanaglo. There's Ponsa. Lays it through. JJ Bronson. Good save from Swan. And just to get it back here. Amanaglo lays it in. Bawanga. Oh, good save from Swan. Palace growing into this game. Ponsa to deliver. Lifts it up. Valentino tries to get in. Here's Bryce Bawanga. Brings it off, and Ponsa again. Slips it inside. JJ Bronson. Good save, Swan. Oh, he's on fire. Good from Molina. Bawanga. Bronson. Molina. Keeps on running down the wing. Going to use that space. Molina pushing. Tries to cross it in. Shot blocked. Wins it back. Finds Chong. Sterling Brown. Finds him. Ponsa. Shot blocked by Jorgensen. He's gone back in, and Ponsa. He's put it wide. And there is the halftime whistle. 1-0 down to Sutton United here in the Community Shield. McLean moves it on quickly. Amanaglo. Quick touch on. JJ Bronson. Finds Sterling Brown. He's into the box. Lays it across. No, Jorgensen got in the way. I was trying to find an attacking threat here. Wilson. There's this one off. There's Molina. Back for Wilson. Finds JJ Bronson. Takes a step. JJ Bronson. Good save from Swan again. Good from Shumba. Valentino. Amanaglo. And Sterling Brown. He's got some speed. Gets through for Jackson. Here's him Ponsa. Lays it wide. Molina kept on running. Brings it back. Chong. And Ponsa. Sterling Brown. Lays it back. Amanaglo. He's got Ferdinand with him. Brings it back inside. Brown. Wilson just trying to work their way through. But Andre Eon, he is a beast at the back. Tyler Potter, we know how quick he is. Shumba can't get the tackle in. Laid across for Jakobsen. Back for Jackson. Back for Potter. Sutton trying something here. We'll look for Coleman. Labuschagne gets forward. Ferdinand. Sutton pressing. Inside to Taylor Potter. Oh, he's hit the sidebar. Hardy. Molotov. Lays it off. Jakobsen. Brings it back inside. Jake Hardy. Good save from McLean. We're still in the game here. 7 minutes to go. I'm making some changes here. And fresh faces get their debuts for Crystal Palace. All the changes work though. Potter is through. Good save from McLean. Injury time now. Well, it's been a valiant effort here from Palace. And at this stage, it's not looking good. Last chance. Shumba. After Adil. Plays it forward. Here's Barnett. Back inside. JJ Bronson. And there is the whistle. The ref not playing it out. So Sutton takes the Community Shield, but it shows that, you know, we're competitive. Some good saves. Swan was on fire. He couldn't be beaten here today. Well, We've got a little bit of work to do. Got to get used to this formation and see if we can find some goals. But Sutton United take their first trophy of the new season. The Community Shield goes to Sutton United. Molotov, today's captain. Well, Sutton had possession. Not really a possession team. 10 shots to 12, 7 saves for McLean, 5 saves for Swan. Nothing really to write home about there. Amanaglo 6.9, Shumba 6.9, so it was all really on our defence. McLean at 6.7. Right, Sofiane Diop has been sold to Juventus, 34.2 million. And Mark Flecken, the old goalkeeper, has been sold to Brentford for 2 million. Right, so let's give you a quick look at the current squad and the signings that we've made. There's definitely been a lot. There's only 24 players here currently. We still need to sell some more off. McLean at an 84. Fraga with the potential to be special, 72. We pick up Adel, potential to be special, 75. Molina, 81. Gren will be going. Shumba, 81. Allen, 77. Saldana, potential to be special, 75. And Tolentino has potential to be special, 79. Amanaglo, an exciting prospect, 76. We don't have a backup right back at the moment. Those lads can go. Wilson's a 79. Rubio, exciting prospect, 75. Son Can, 74 with the potential to be special. And Ponce has shown great potential, 82. Thapper, an exciting prospect, 78. Sterling Brown, 77, showing great potential. Benjamin Barnett, potential to be special, 67. Dat Fong, potential to be special, 71 rated. Wanga, an exciting prospect, in 81. And JJ Bronson, 86. That's our full squad. Now, I am going to sign some more of our former players just to fill out this team. But the question I have for you is, do we want to go and look for other regens? You know, the Ronaldo regen would be floating about. You know, all those, it's 8 seasons in, so there's definitely going to be some solid options floating about. 1 or 2 high marquee players. Do you want to see them come into this squad, or would you prefer to keep it natural and just use these former players and maybe a sprinkling of youth academy players? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Right, and that is where we're going to end at the first episode. A lot of transfer stuff. The first game, the Community Shield against Sutton. Yeah, we're going to kick off the Premier League season in the next episode. There'll be a lot more signings, I'd feel. We need to build some squad depth. We've still got players to offload. But I do appreciate you joining me for episode number 1 of Rejected Regen Rebuild. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the content. Leave me an emoji. Just leave me a comment. Let's get some, love in the comment section. I don't care what it is, just put it down there. Well, let's trigger this algorithm and get this video out to some new customers. But we'll see you in the next episode. I'm Sparring DK. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, and you have a good one. The Sparring DK channel now has Patreon, and if you feel like just going that little extra step to help, the channel grow, you can go across to the website, pledge your allegiance to myself, and for $1 a month, you're basically putting it in a jar and allowing for us to go and buy some more beers and record some more beer drinking episodes. Thank you very much to the current lads that have gone ahead and supported the channel. Absolutely tremendous to see anybody willing just to give that $1 a month at this stage. I cannot thank you from the bottom of my heart. You really will make a difference in the future. So jump across there if you're that way inclined to the Patreon channel. Sign up today and we'll see if we can get some extra beer drinking episodes for you at home. Now, if you are looking for some more content, we've got a couple of videos, one here, and if you want to subscribe, there's a button right there. So go ahead, subscribe, and you'll be notified when the videos go live. Make sure you put on that notifications bell. We'll see you next time.